Hey everyone, so I wanted to analyze what I think every rank can take from this VCT tournament. This video is focused on what I think Diamond and Ascendant players can take away from the game in terms of game sense and gameplay, and I'll get into a bit more nuance than I did in my Iron through Bronze video or even my Gold through Plat video. Alright, so we're on a third round here, a bonus round for FUT here, so you'll notice they have 3 rifles, they have just 2 bulldogs, and it's a full buy for, well, full buy with light shields for FPX. Something I want you to take into consideration as you're watching this entire round play out is really focus on the Cypher. I think this round is a great observation or explanation on how to get within, like, play this mini game within a game, and it's this concept of pushing and pulling within a round, where this Cypher here, so Yet to J does a really good job of pulling opponents towards him so that his team can focus on one area of the map. So again, as the round plays out, just focus on the Cypher. You're going to see him kind of creep up over towards spawn here, and then focus on what that does to those people on FPX as they're rotating from B to C, and how it forces them to kind of stay stuck in this area.
Light armor across every single member on the side of FPX. FUT hungry for a bonus. If they can pull this off and get momentum going their way, that would be big. Meanwhile, FPX choosing to take the fight to them.
Yeah. Good job from FUT to stay ahead of that reclear utility, though, and not get punished. As I say that, Autumn takes the head off of Ada Captain.
Hey, it was just so aggressive on trying to take that space, and he gets punished for it.
FUT loved tapping the bomb B
and then pushing into Swan.
Heading towards that C side of the map as well. They're about to have a pinch on the Berlin here. What can Berlin do in this moment? Once this Viper orb goes down, he's going to have to go for broke.
They're on the other side. Yep, there it goes. The orb goes down, and with it goes Berlin's health.
And Yetije is in such a deep lurk spot that by the time it actually unfolds for FPX, he's just going to get immense value.
But you can see it. Both members of FPX, as soon as they try clearing through here, they're looking back into spawn. They had an idea of where Yetuje was, but he's still able to capitalize on it.
Oh, that TV will be heard from CNED.
Yeah, Lysor tried being cheeky with it.
This should just be a save here, Doug.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way for them to get in on this.
And already, much like the last map for FPX, FUT now have their foot on the gas.
Okay, so this is a pretty good example and a pretty good round showcasing this concept within at least the pro scene called push and pull. It's something that intuitively I think most people understand, this idea that, you know, as you show pressure or force your pressure into one side of the map, you're pulling rotates or you're pulling people away from other sites so that you can then push into that area or that gap that is now created. And in this instance, I think it's actually being done in a slightly different way, which I think is brilliant and something that not enough people do when they're playing agents like Cypher, or maybe a KJ, or even Viper and Omen to a certain extent. And that's this idea of creating a pull effect with a post-plant situation. So let me just kind of explain what happened in that round. So early on in the round, kind of in the first few seconds, you saw these 3 on the attacking side come out into rubble. And within rubble, they were able to get intel on all 3 of these agents. They saw an Omen flash come in, they saw a Gecko flash come in, and they saw a Raze nade come in. So they know they are heavily stacked on the B side, and we should probably not force this this push here, because it wouldn't really make sense. They're going to get kind of taken out pretty easily by the type of utility that they have here on A. And so very early on, as soon as that util is gathered or that intel is gathered, they push back out and they come start creeping up B. You'll see, I think in the first part of the execute, you'll see Viper come out of here. The enemy Viper takes out the attacking Viper, so the defending Viper takes out attacking Viper, and from there, what ends up happening is as soon as that Viper gets taken out, Cypher actually does a pretty ballsy thing and just pushes straight through this wall that was there, This Viper was already kind of back out and it was smoked off. So he had a good timing there, which don't get me wrong, is very key to this entire thing working out. But he had a good timing there and he moved back here while his team was kind of following slowly behind him. They faked the plant. That started getting rotates in from the other team. And then Omen started kind of working his way over here to water while Breach and Jet worked their way into Mound. Eventually, Jet and Breach saw Astra here when the Viper smoke went down. They took that Astra out, so Astra's off the board now. It's a 4v4. Okay, so here's how this worked out. Omen gets the plant down, right? So there's the spike. Spike is down, and then I think these were more or less the positions of the 3 on attack. And then you'll see Viper, Raze, and Gecko start kind of pushing towards water. Something that I think, again, not enough diamonds, not enough ascendants fully realize this consciously, right? Like when you're playing the game intuitively, it makes perfect sense that, you know, if you're creating pressure here, people are going to pull back to you. But what I think a lot of people forget in those lobbies is this idea that if you, look, I think, to be honest, you don't even have to get a kill here, right? The Cypher did end up getting a kill. The Raze ended up coming off the board, kind of showing that he's here. You don't even need to get a kill. You just need to show yourself. That's it. Just show yourself once. You added pressure here. So the minute that you show some sort of pressure here, and you know that there are additional people here because Gecko threw his flash out, your goal now with the plant down, you're playing post plant now. Totally different game. There's kind of 3 real phases of a Valorant game. It's the kind of general initial start of the round to get intel. There's the real pre-plant execute round or phase of the round, and then there's the actual post plant if you can get the plant off. Some would say there's probably 4 phases, but neither here nor there. They're in the post plant version of this game right now. And the goal is to release some of the pressure off of your teammates and off of a retake. So let's kind of put ourselves in the mind of these 2 defenders here. Your Raze just went down, right? So you know somebody's over here somewhere and they're doing something. You don't know what they're doing, but you know that right now you have a decision to make. You have to either ignore what's happening over here and continue pushing into C and see if you can retake what they've set up over here, or you have to focus on pushing this Cypher and making sure that you get rid of him before you can push C. And with that decision comes time, right? This Cypher now is wasting the defender's time. Whether that decision takes 3 seconds, whether that decision takes 5 seconds or 10 seconds, once that decision is made, they now have to actually execute on that decision. So let's say these 2 decided, yeah, let's push the Cypher. He's just sitting back here. He's not doing anything. He's just sitting. There's no active peeking after he gets that initial kill. He just kind of sits here and lets the time play out. The decision to come out here and then try to take this fight, if he is successful in staying here, that's going to take them probably another 10 seconds if they do it quickly enough. And that's not even accounting for the fact that once they get rid of this Cypher, they now have to make their way all the way back down here. They have to get rid of anyone that's on site and unmound, and then they have to defuse. What the reason I'm stressing that is it's so important on these lurks to illustrate this concept of patience and try and get, to the best of your ability, the defenders to focus on you in a lurk, but not in a way that keeps you out of the round early. Like, you want to stay in this, like, his goal right now is stay alive as long as possible, because all that's going to do is create pressure and heavy decision making on the defense, which adds more time to their ability to go in and defuse this spike. That's not even accounting for the fact, mind you, that they have no idea what's happening on C now. Astra died a long time ago. They don't know if Omen is over here, on top of this box, behind this wall, behind the boxes here, on top of the boxes here. They don't know where Breach is. They don't know where Jet is. There's so much more that they're going to have to do here that just him alone taking 10 seconds off the clock forces these 2 to kind of commit back to a save, because they have no way of being able to retake all of this with the amount of pressure that's being created all across the map. So again, it's a super important concept, this idea of pulling defenders towards you in order to help your team keep control of a site in a much better way. This concept goes beyond this one map too. Like, I can illustrate so many different concepts or so many different maps within this concept. If I pulled up, let's see, Sunset, for example, this is a great example here on B main. You'll notice oftentimes in the pro meta, especially, so let's just say, I don't know, it's like a 2v2, right? You've got defenders over here, and then you've got some attackers over here, right? Let's just pretend that this is what's happening. You so often see, and let's actually just kind of throw a third in there. It is so regular to see, okay, this Astra, oh, they have two Astras, but pretend this isn't an Astra. You'll see something like this. You'll see like a smoke here, and with that smoke, you'll see spray, 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 spray. Just constant barraging of bullets into wherever the spike is so that they can stop the defuse. What you don't see often enough is, for example, this Cypher maybe coming out here as soon as that plant is down, saying, okay, we've got a 2v2 here. I need to create pressure elsewhere on the map, sprinting through mid once they know that both people are here, and creating pressure here in market. So let's say, for example, the spike is down here. Where's the spike? Give me that. So let's say the spike is down right there. It's a pretty common spot right there. The spike is here. The minute that they start pushing out to try and clear these two right here, Cypher's got easy pressure being created here now. All he has to do is show once, shoot just a little bit, go right back behind the box. So he just peeks, shoots. Okay, I'm just going to sit right here now, and I'm not going to move, because now these two have to focus on killing these people somehow, then coming back over here and killing this guy somehow. There is way too much pressure being created from multiple angles. Again, this idea is, the idea here is pull enemies away from your teammates. It is so vital to have more than just one area of control in order to make sure that you are making your defenders' lives hell. What we just saw was a perfect example of how that worked on a post plant with a lurk where Cypher was elsewhere on the map over towards spawn. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, think about subscribing, and if not, then I'm not sure why you're still here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.